Welcome to another episode of Trendy with Kim Allison, and this is a Kim's Chair solo episode. We are still in the green folder that my son swears is blue. You guys, does it look blue? Does it?
Why so blue?
Because I swear it's green in person. I mean, now I have a complex. But either way, it's the money mindset folder.
Money, 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 money.
So let's dive in, shall we? So last episode, I asked, does financial pressure change your integrity? Let me answer that for you. Hell yes, it does. It so does, you guys, or at least from what I've seen in the industry, and that is just my opinion. But today we are diving a little deeper, and I want to talk to you about why some money just isn't worth keeping. You heard me right. I know. You're like, Kim, what are you talking about? Well, we all know the saying that not all money is good money, right? But my claim is that the money is good. It's the service that's bad, at least for some stylists. And I think that's a big difference, right? Here's why that money you kept after performing a bad service is going to cost you. It's because your professionalism is the true value in your business, not how much money you make. Did you hear me? I know you heard me. I said it. Yes. Back in 2020, Behind the Chair had just launched where they had all these influencers on doing services for us, right? Mainly color back then, never any hair cutting. And there was a guy, I can't even really picture his face. I just know his ethnicity, which I won't say because it doesn't even matter. But his claim to fame was the speed in which he colored hair and how much money he made, or at least according to him. He must have talked about how much money he made for that entire hour that I paid $19.95 to watch. I'll never get that hour back. This man lifted he said, I don't tone hair. He did level 6 raw lift color and bragged about how much money he made, how many assistants he had, all of the things. And when I was thinking about this episode, I instantly thought of him. Could I tell you his name? No, I have no idea what his name is, because when I left that episode, he was the last person that I had any interest in developing any type of relationship with. Okay. So to me, that's the cost of doing business. And it left such a bad taste in my mouth that I can't. Ew, it's just the bloviating of it all. And talking about money constantly is just like, I don't even think it's professional to even say that in a class. I don't believe that compromising integrity is intentional. I will give people that, because there is such a thing as ignorance, right? And ignorance is simply not knowing, which is why in my last episode, I hope you took that away. When you know better, you do better, right? And that's what we are here to do, better. But when you do janky work and charge people, whether intentional or not, when you collect them coins,
Show me the money.
okay, that's when it gets real. Some money is going to cost you what? It's going to cost you sleep. It's going to cost you confidence. It's going to cost you your reputation, okay? Referrals, maybe, your values, which is horrible. And you're not going to see any of those charges in your bank account. Alrighty, so that's why I'm here to save you. Now, let's turn my $300 analogy into a little game. And those who listen regularly, you know I love games. I'm calling this Would You Rather. Would you rather lose $300 today or lose a client who would have spent $15,000 over the next 10 years? Now let that sink in. Most people never think about that because it's too far ahead, but I'm saving you the trouble, you guys. And if that's you, I'm guessing you're living in the moment right now, right? Or you're possibly living check to check. Those are the people that don't think ahead. But that's what this podcast is all about. Not only to entertain you guys, but to inspire you. So nothing I'm saying today is meant to tear anybody down. I know I kind of tore that stylist down, but it's meant to encourage you to do better, or simply to help you change your mindset about the cost of doing business. That's why we're here. So I want you to start thinking of your reputation as currency. Let me say that again. Think of your reputation as currency, meaning as money, which means it has value, right? Let me give you a scenario so it makes more sense to you. We all know someone who's incredibly talented, right? But nobody recommends them anymore. Why do you think that is? People don't stop referring you because you made a mistake. They stop referring you because of how you handled the mistake. So that's the difference. That's what your reputation cost you. Let me give you a little piece of advice. Too much pride and ego is a career killer. And if that's you, I'd highly recommend doing a self-analysis. And I mean like pronto, like right now. But I ain't trying to be your therapist child. So I'm just saying, because I've seen, oh my gosh, like the story I told about the girl that did my hair. It's ridiculous, but you're not alone in this. It happens to the best of us. Hell, I have a couple of recent incidences myself that I can share because if I point the finger at you, I got to point at myself first. The only reason I can come here and talk to you guys is because these things have happened to me, but I've seen the light and I'm trying to guide you there because, oh my gosh, life gets so much easier. But I remember having to comp somebody, and this is more recent. She wanted a copper tone, like a really gingery, bright copper. And I promise you, her inspo pics, we nailed it. She agreed, but she lived with it. It was too bright, maybe a little too bright. So she's like, I just want it toned down just a little bit. This, but just a little more subtle. Well, I dropped the ball completely. I fumbled. Oh my God, did I fumble? I mean, gutter ball, whatever you want to call it.
He has a great idea what it's going to do when it leaves his hand now.
Like that.
Not only was her hair not bright or not copper, it was brown. I was like, Kim, what the hell were you thinking? Like, I already knew. We spent 4 hours, 4 hours, and maybe 5. I don't know. She had thick hair. I didn't charge her a dime. I was tired. I was sweaty. I had gone through, because she had thick hair and it's long. I had gone through Lord knows how many products, developer, shampoo. I put a treatment on her for free. I mean, my God, that was the fumble of the century. But there was no world that I was going to sit there and check her out. And I mean, like, run her credit card, ask her for 1 penny. She tipped me. She shouldn't have. She tipped me, though. I mean, I think she just felt sorry for me. And I had another client who I flubbed her haircut. She's a client that she has fine hair. She's very particular, as she should be. I'm particular too. I have a particular way that I cut her hair, and I can't be 1 centimeter off without her noticing because she has really fine hair. And she has a certain way that she likes to style it where it makes her feel pretty and it makes her feel confident. And we were kikiing and having a good time. And oh my God, you guys, sometimes you can get too comfortable and then you're like, shit, you know you did it. You know you did it when you did it. And I cut her hair literally 1/4 of an inch because she likes a full, heavy, curly bang. And I went just a little too far back. She doesn't like it layered because she doesn't want any weight at all taken out of her bang area. And I was like, God dang it. And I cut that layer and I knew it because it was way longer. It was just a cleanup. And I'm like, Kim, why did you do it? Why did you do it? Why? Why did you do it? But I did. She called me. She was so mad. If I could, oh my God, I probably have her text saved. We're good still. That was like 3 years ago. But I think the only reason we're good is because I just owned it. She was like, why? Why would you do that? She had a girls' day that she was on her way to an event. She wanted to look perfect. And I took that away from her. And I knew it. There was nothing I could do. She was roasting me, roasting my ass. And finally, I kept saying, yes, you're right. I don't know. I honestly don't know why I did it. And finally, I think she was just like, you know what? This girl, what am I battling? She's not fighting back. So after a while, she just said, no, it's okay. Because I did that shit. What can I say? I'm sorry. I own it. Never happen again. I hope you give me another opportunity. And she did. We're still good. I just recut her hair. She grew it out and I cut it back into the pixie recently. So I didn't lose her business, is my point, because I needed to make money that day. All right. My color client either. Or even though I made money when I cut her hair, the haircut, I would have made not a dime more had I not just owned my mistakes in that moment. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. And I hope after this episode, when you get that aha moment and think to yourself, darn it, Kim, you are right. My reputation is more important than money, right? And I'm already celebrating with you the moment you realize that it looks like we're cutting hair, but what are we really doing? That's right. We're building trust, aren't we? And clients come into the salon thinking they're buying a hair service, don't they? But if you've been paying attention, they're really not, are they? What are they buying? Let me give you some time to think.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
They're really buying your consistency, your honesty, your education, and your what? Drum roll, please. Professionalism and integrity. Yay! You got it. Because you guys, the excuse is hair, but really it's everything else. That's the gag. And I know some of you listening are like, that's bullshit. Whatever. But imagine you have two stylists, both mess up their client's hair. One immediately says, like I did with my haircut, don't worry, I got you. I'm going to correct my mistakes and I'm comping your service today. The other says, well, I don't have time to fix anything today, but maybe the next time you come in, right? Next time, girl, are you Delulu? What next time? There is no next time. Now, of the two, who do you think is getting the referral when they leave? Bingo! You got it. The first girl. You got to play the long game, you guys. You got to play the long game. That's how you build a lasting business. And I swear, the older I get, I think I'm more interested in getting to know the person than the paid service. I'm interested in winning that client over, like the actual relationship. Because I think the relationships, I don't think it, but the relationships, that's what builds the equity in your business, right? Your business, you're not a business without the relationship. And I also want to leave you with this as we wrap up this episode. One of my favorite quotes: people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And I don't want you to think that your reputation is built on never making a mistake. Your reputation is built on the screw-ups themselves because it's how you handle it. That's what shows your professionalism, right? And now that I've lectured you to death, I promise I come in peace, you guys. I do. I'm here to help, or at least I hope that's how it's coming across. I hope that's how you're receiving this today. That said, on Friday, I want to flip this conversation around. And this is going to sound so freaking crazy, but one of the best investments, you guys, I've ever made was actually losing money. And I'm going to leave you there. Hit that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. Rate and review if you're listening on a podcast app. And I'll meet you in the next episode. Bye.